Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So timing is a pretty interesting thing. We actually planned to make this video before the recent PTR patch. Both Miska and I saw the PTR patch notes, spotted a Widowmaker change, but really it doesn't change too much about what we wanted to talk about in this video. We just wanted to acknowledge that there has been changes, but we're going to go straight into it. Recently there's been a lot of talk about problematic heroes, Junkrat, Mei, so on and so forth, both in terms of these heroes playing too big a part in the current meta, and others being near worthless in the current state of the game. Widowmaker is another one of those that Blizzard, after various nerfs, have left in a little bit of an odd spot. We rarely see her picked, especially in ranked, and Hanzo, the other so-called sniper in the game, is also not really picked a lot. But definitely a fair bit more than Widowmaker is. If we take a look at the popularity leaderboard it picks in terms of ranked play, then we can see that Widowmaker is near the bottom for PC, and right at the bottom for consoles, as she is even more difficult to play there with a controller. So how did Blizzard fix this, if at all? And why is she at the bottom, and how the hell did she get there in the first place?
As we all know, Widowmaker is not an easy hero to pick up. She's always been a fairly difficult hero to play, even when she was still strong in the Overwatch meta. With the hero being hard to play, more skill is of course required, and many other heroes are simply just easier to do well with on the same skill level. If those other heroes are in a spot just as good as, if not even better, than Widows, then why not just pick up those other heroes and play those instead? It makes a lot of sense, right? And that is exactly what people have done. A hero that used to dominate every other Overwatch game out there, on PC at least, is now classed as garbage and not really used at all. It always sucks when this happens, and even if you bump into a person who used to play a top class Widowmaker, they might still not be a good enough player to play her nowadays. Just a couple days ago I happened to play against an incredible Widowmaker in ranked. It was obvious that the person playing her were trying extremely hard and really became the only hero we had major issues dealing with. We even had a Winston trying to jump her as much as possible, but the Widow's team dealt with our scientists too, at least occasionally. Point is that this Widowmaker was playing very well, and she had a pretty decent team with her too, making her a big problem for my team, and yet she still lost. It simply takes too much effort just to do somewhat well with Widowmaker at this moment in time, and that is exactly what has pushed her down so far on the pick rate list.
But how do we deal with this then? And what do we hope that Blizzard will do about it? Well, it's difficult to just come up with a simple fix, as you can't just revert back to the old Widowmaker. It wouldn't work in this current meta, at least not as well as it did before. And it would also just make a lot of the community very upset just to how fairly overpowered quickscoping was, and that returning back into the game. The next balance patch might swing the meta in favour for Widow though, who knows. But bearing in mind that we have a major tournament happening next week, I'm not expected to see major changes coming out before then. The least it could do though is upping the viability of defense heroes overall, and with that Widowmaker of course. I'd be really surprised if we don't see any form of major Widowmaker buff. We've had one just now, but something a little bit more, oh right, okay, that sort of thing. And honestly it'd be quite ridiculous if she remains unchanged from here on out. It's impossible to figure out what exactly Blizzard want to do with her of course, but with the stats and general community impression clearly showing that Widowmaker isn't really useful anymore, we could see a change sooner rather than later. Let us know what you think Blizzard should do and how you would buff Widowmaker to make her more viable, but yet not overpowered.
So in short, Widowmaker isn't good right now, even with a lot of effort put in. This is the problem with Widowmaker, and it's actually a bit more difficult to solve than it might seem at first. A lot of people complain about Blizzard's decisions around balancing and design choices, but really it's a difficult task they have created for themselves. Balancing out Widowmaker and the other defense heroes is going to be difficult to do, but with the progress that has already been made towards a more balanced game, I would like to believe that Blizz have what it takes to sort it out. If you have anything on this topic that you feel like sharing, drop it in the comments below, or maybe even on the Battle.net forums for Overwatch. Who knows, maybe Kaplan will pop in and give his 2 cents on Widowmaker's current situation.
And that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it and think that they'd be interested in this topic, even if it's to disagree with us. It's all a topic and we're opening the discussion up to you guys, and also leaving a like and dislike whatever you think actually helps out a bunch, as it tells us what topics you would like us to go over and generally what you guys think. Whether Widowmaker will be adjusted in the next balance patch remains to be seen, and when that balance patch comes will also be pretty interesting. Hopefully we'll see some adjustments made before BlizzCon, which is only 5 weeks away actually. That's kind of scary to think about. But anyway, that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching, take care, and we'll see you next time.